Alright, y'all. I haven't done this in a while, and I thought maybe it might be a good way to end our discussion on the Hill Country Blues. Wrap it up. I have a tendency, we'll talk about it later, and later never comes. So I'm not being held hostage either. I mean, it's just the open fluorescence in this room. A little rough. This is my room is where all that happens. Just off the garage. And I got a little space heater. Maybe you can hear it humming. Need it too, 'cause it's cold as balls out there right now. I hate the cold weather. I don't know if I've ever gotten that through or across in the block. I hate it. I can't. It gets anyway. I don't like the cold. It's cold outside. I'm inside. I got coffee, cigarettes, so we can talk. But the point I was trying to make about all that was I don't care how someone appreciates whatever it is, okay? But some of these sort of definitions or these sort of insistence on certain forms of authenticity or whatever really can be corrosive to whatever it is. In this case, we're talking about the blues, which the fixation, which is unavoidable in this country, on the racial issue is one component of it. So when a black man plays the guitar and sings about hard times, well, that's a very specific and almost holy experience, especially in this country, to certain people. Which is true. I mean, obviously, black people in America, here in Mississippi, have had specific issues to deal with. But it robs the music of its universal appeal, its Catholic appeal, or whatever. It's as if to say, well, yeah, of course they're singing this way because they had these experiences, and therefore the only way to really appreciate that is in the context of a certain situation. So there's a couple of problems with that. I mean, one, of course, is the idea that you can't truly appreciate it. Like, it's not genuinely for you. Okay? But the bigger problem is that suggests there's no value outside of that closed circumstance. So it has no genuine value for you. You can't, there's nothing for you in there about the wider human experience because it's specifically set aside for sharecroppers in the Delta. It also suggests that they're just passive or they're reacting. There's no, they're not trying to express something that's common to the human condition. They're merely reacting to, the jerks they live around or whatever. Or they're reacting to the situation that they're in. And it's not, so but you hear, like, Hound Dog Taylor, and your mind comes to you, and you ask yourself why. I mean, these are pure existential questions that are asked by most people, and the consideration of which is valuable to most people. They sing about the circumstances they're in, but the motivation or the whatever, I mean, is common to us all. And so that's the part that I don't like. I mean, that and the fact that if you've ever been around any, blues event, I mean, oh God. After Katrina, Jenny, we used to go to New Orleans, I don't know, two, 3 times a year. Well, after Katrina, that wasn't an option immediately, and so Jenny took me to to Memphis for my birthday. Well, we didn't know what was going on. We went to the hotel, we come down the stairs, and there's this huge crowd. And they want $10 to get on the street. $10 to get on Beale Street. $10 to get on the street. I mean, but it turns out they're having the International Blues Competition. Oh, God. Look, I like Beale Street. Don't get me wrong. I'm not. We had some good time. I'll post some pictures from Beale Street. But Beale Street is set up for blues tourists to start with. Okay. It's still got the old back alleys. I mean, it's still, you know, it's a fun place to go. I would not discourage anybody from going there. And there's cool places there. It's pretty small too, but I mean, it's set up for a certain experience that you will not find if you ride down the road in Mississippi. So, fedoras and Ray-Bans and making their blues faces. That kind of thing. It's just the most awful dun kind of. I mean, just you see these people with they got some kind of sports coat on, the sleeves pulled up, and the sunglasses on, and all that. Or you see them in their big baggy. Anyway, that's, you know. All right, check it out now. More paintings of drunks coming, I'm sure. And today I downloaded a bunch of pictures from the Iraq War in the 80s. I don't know if it's a film that was being used at the time, but the colors are outrageous. And you know, lots of explosions and gas masks and stuff. So there's that. And then there's probably going to be some. I need to talk to y'all about something, because I've been made aware now through contact on blogs and with a few people that are those of you that are in Great Britain may not be aware of cookies. Actually, some of y'all would call them biscuits, but you would never put gravy on a cookie, so I don't know why you call them biscuits. Anyway. Can you imagine, too, putting a piece of sausage between two cookies? That's insanity, man. Okay? You have biscuits and you have cookies. Don't start. It may not be aware of ancient aliens. Am I right about this? Because I don't. Best I can tell, it's not on over there anywhere, which is a real shame for you. Because hopefully it'll be coming. Okay? The premise of it, to the extent that there is one, is that humans are the result of genetic manipulation by aliens in ancient times, or that aliens brought the knowledge for culture, society, science, mathematics, and all that to ancient man. And as I've mentioned to somebody, even if this were a confirmed historical fact, this show would make you think it's not. I mean, but it is glorious. It's so gloriously bad, but it's fun. I mean, it's well produced. Sometimes it's erratically directed. I mean, there are episodes that don't even maintain the internal logic of the show. Like, aliens caused natural disasters in the past. Aliens protected us from natural disasters in the past. They came to warn us about natural disasters in the past. They wiped out the dinosaurs to make room for humans. And I think that initially they did this to mine gold. They needed us. We weren't smart enough, motivated enough to mine gold for them. So they genetically altered. And it's so outrageous. Some people get really mad about it. I don't really know why, because it's not. This is no threat to a collective pool of knowledge. But I mean, it's real something like these ancient people had a sewage system. Now, how would these ancient people know not to defecate on their own floors? the only possible explanation for this is aliens, and that's about that's how it goes. But the cool thing is they show you all these crazy like megaliths and ancient drawings and cave paintings and I knew about Stonehenge, but to be honest with you, I didn't know about half of this crap before I started watching it. All these megaliths and Easter Island, but they're all over the place, especially in South America. Well, they're cool. They're really cool. So probably be some ancient alien stuff. Maybe some. You got to round up virgins for sacrifice. You need to know when.